Today we're going to make an instrument out of a gourd. This is like an official Shaker-Ray, but we are going to make a cheaper version, all right, locally made. So when you have a lot of gourds, you can make a lot of birdhouses, but sometimes you can make something different and more fun than a birdhouse. So I'm going to take this birdhouse gourd, I've put a hole in it with a drill, and we're going to make this. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get a little piece of yarn and we're going to tie it around the neck of this thing. But we're not going to tie it tight, and you'll see why in a second. We need some space in there to work with. All right, so it's tied around the neck, but we still got space here. So to show you a close-up of what we're doing, to make these nets, you're going to get pieces of yarn that are about 4 feet long, and then you're going to divide them in half, and we're going to attach them. This is the one around the neck. We're going to attach them by making a loop and going underneath and then pulling the ends through. So then it will be attached to the neck yarn. We're going to do the same thing. You need to have an equal number of pieces. So on a regular gourd, I'd be doing this about 18 times. And again, they need to be about 4 feet long to begin with. All right. So now the way to put the beads on to end up making a net and not just strands coming down is you need to take one side of one and one side of the neighboring one. So you have one side of 2 different pieces of yarn. Then you're going to put a bead on it. Aha. And you're going to slide it up about like that to make a triangle, and then you're going to put a knot in it. And I just go around and come through again. So you can tie a knot, or you can just kind of loop it around like this. All right, so you can see I have one of 2 different kinds of yarn. So we'll do the next one. Again, taking one from each different yarn. You want to kind of make it about the same as the last one, so it's as uniform as possible. All right, so you're going to go around, and the first row is going to look like this. So you have a whole bunch of them. Every other yarn is used. So you go around that whole top. For the next row, you keep the same theme going. You take one of each color. These will all be the same color, but this is just to show you. One from each different kind of strand. And you put a bead on there. You slide it up, make a little triangle. All right, and you keep doing that, and then you'll have the second row. And so you keep doing it, and as you go, you'll have a little net form, because these are all different pieces of yarn, all their neighbors share. When you get as many as you want, you can just tie the bottom off, or you can, tie one around and then cut these long ones. Then you'll have a shaker instrument.
We hope you enjoyed this video as part of our Oklahoma Gardening YouTube channel. You can also find even more videos on the OK Gardening Classics YouTube channel. And join us on social media for great gardening tips, photos, and discussion.